So go ahead.
I mean, I agree with you for public figures, but I just think that normal people get canceled all the time.
Well, no,
I mean, it's just
normal people. Actually, that's not even true. Normal people go to jail. That's how you get canceled. You go to jail for you do crimes. But also, if you're rich, I mean, you're more likely, I mean, they get away with more. But I don't know what you're saying. Give me an example of somebody who was canceled as a normal person.
There are lesser punishments than jail that people undergo all the time, such as losing their job, losing their careers, losing licenses, like all the things that they built up in their career, they lose because, there's a culture of middle management, of people pushing a certain agenda, and then they just lose, I don't know how else to say it, they just lose their job, and it happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, like, I being canceled or canceled is whenever somebody loses the ability to do something, right?
Your job, yeah.
Well, maybe, I mean, if you get fired, sure, because people at the top, I guess, are being,
right.
Yeah, I mean, but...
Yeah, so I agree with you that...
Do you lose your ability to perform that action?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So your argument is that because you were fired, you can no longer do that. Well, here's my argument. You go to a dentist office and you work for them. You say some dumb shit to the client, right? And then you get fired by your boss. Then you're good enough. Okay. You open up your own dentist's office, right? Now what?
The question is whether the firing was justified or not, or whether you actually said something. If you didn't say anything that was actually justifiable to be fired, then obviously that's called.
But you never lose the ability to persevere and still do whatever you do. You just lose it.
I mean, if you're defamed, you do.
You lose that opportunity, that specific one, right?
Right. That's what cancel culture means. So then that would be someone getting canceled.
Okay, so I want you to compartmentalize it and break it down in smaller pieces. So let's say I have 15 sponsors right now, right? Let's say, right, and then I say some bad word, and I lose 8 of them, right? Even if I lost all of them, I can still go live. I can still perform some of my duties, or I can still perform I don't lose my ability to perform that and to do it.
Okay, yeah. You're a streamer. As I was saying, I agree with you that people kind of just. I agree that public figures actually they have ground to stand on. They actually can take hits, and a lot of the times the people that say they are getting canceled as public figures are just leaning into that victimization. But I'm telling you that it's a real thing that
of course.
Ton of people, actual normal people, because literally have their lives ruined by this culture of.
I understand it, and now the problem I have is that you fail to understand that you kind of become a public figure once something that you do becomes big enough for it to be a social pressure. Right, canceling pretty much is that there's a social pressure towards either a company or corporate to do the right thing to appease to the public, right? Otherwise, if you get fired, then you get canceled. If you call your boss a really bad word and he fires you because he thinks you're racist, well, you didn't get canceled, you got fired. That is not the same dynamic.
The social pressure that you're talking about, we call that cancel culture. So you agree with me?
Wait, what?
That social pressure is called cancel culture. It's a social culture of canceling people for things.
Yeah, but
that's what it is. So you agree with me?
I think you're going on the semantics here. I think you're going on semantics. No, listen. You're not canceled.
I mean, okay, then define canceled. Then what does that word
exactly. Canceling it. They cannot do it anymore. Whatever they're ongoing, they can no longer do. They lose their ability to do. They're canceled.
Yeah, I think that happens to a lot of normal people. When you are defamed, and when everyone in your sphere, your possible sphere, thinks that you're a bad or racist person or something, then that is effectively canceled. You literally cannot do that thing anymore. Like, that's your career over.
Okay, so the way we usually use cancel culture as a word, not even as a buzzword, is when somebody is deplatformed across the board, and let's say that Alex Jones wasn't as big as Alex Jones, right? In that particular moment, when it was deplatformed, right? Well, he wouldn't have his own like InfoWars platform to use because he created that platform. He would have nothing. His voice could not be echoed anywhere. It's GG. That's an actual cancel, right? But that happens extremely rarely. We're talking, it happens like once a year that somebody gets actually canceled. Otherwise, people cancel themselves.
I mean, I think that's just not true.
Give me an example then.
You're not.
Give me one.
Okay, these are okay. I mean, I can't because what I'm speaking of are non-public figures. Like, who am I gonna name?
I need one, and I'm good.
So you want me to name a random citizen, like a friend of my dad's or something? Like,
well, if
if
there was a social pressure for somebody to be canceled, then that social pressure would be known because it happened, right? It happened out there on social media, or there was pressure, so I would be able to see it. There would be some sort of paper trail on some news article or on some. There's an example somewhere that you could give me, even a singular one of them.
No, there wouldn't, because they're not public
Then
figures.
that wouldn't be what we call canceling. That wouldn't be that.
Yes, it would though, because there's a lot of people who are not public figures who will just have careers, like actual careers.
Yeah, but you're failing to understand, bro. Okay, so you're mixing up being canceled and then being punished. If somebody is at work and goes and grabs some girl's booty, right? Mm-hmm. At that point,
that's not being canceled. Yeah,
you are going to jail for a crime, and then you're gonna say, "Well, you're getting canceled." I mean, this guy's a citizen. I mean, the people caved in for. Well, no. I mean, the guy broke the rules and the law of the workplace, right?
Yep.
And they didn't get canceled. They did a crime. So
yeah, the issue is when that stuff doesn't happen and people say it does anyway, or false accusations and defamation, and yet the same thing, and yet the same thing happens.
Then I need one. Then give me one. I need one. It doesn't have to be 10 of them. A single one of them. It would be helpful.
Okay, well, if you want to go on mute for like 5 minutes, I can find you an example or something. But I don't like.
Like I said, it's extremely rare. I didn't say
not aware of
Chat says Kevin Spacey. The guy did crimes, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong. I mean, allegedly anyway, that I heard on the internet. So no way you guys say canceled. I'm pretty sure the guy did some deviant crimes.
But so is your argument that there's never been like a defamation case? Like,
not what I said.
First people, yeah, but well, that's effectively what you're arguing though, is that
I argued that
you're asking for a single example of a normal person.
Oh yeah, because I want to get
like that happens all the time.
Well, that's not
you're
canceling.
Really naive.
That is naive to assume. Well, it's not naive. You haven't brought up a single example yet. I don't think that's very fair for you to say that.
You understand the concept of why I can't give you an example?
No, because canceling on that level is from social pressure.
Normal people.
Okay.
It's not public.
If your local KFC got an employee canceled, right? It's because of some pressure, and there'd be some sort of paper trail behind it, able to see. Otherwise, what else would there be? Like, why would they? Who would the guy listen to? What pressure would he cave in to fire the guy at KFC?
Okay, what?
You would just fire him because he did something bad, not canceled.
Okay, I'm trying to look up your an example here for you.
Well, you guys didn't have to touch, but you guys have felt to give an example.
I mean, you could find an example too with me. You just Google it.
I mean, chat is linking crimes. I don't know what you guys are kind of falling flat on your face. linking crimes compared to somebody having a behavior or an opinion you don't agree with is something entirely different. Stop linking crimes and people who commit actual crimes. It's just weird. Like I'm talking like some guy saying like something about like gay or something like that, and then you go like, well, this guy, he killed 3 people, so I guess canceling is real. I'm like, I mean, yeah, if you just that, you go to jail. Yeah. I guess you did get canceled. And I asked for an example of who got canceled, and nobody could come up with anything.
I mean, people get canceled for jokes a lot.
Who? Give me one. Go ahead. Now you said it.
I mean, I don't have names exactly.
You said people.
You just look it up.
For jokes. Now I have 2 components that you stated. I want some sort of evidence or proof, anything at all.
I've already told you that I don't know. I forget. I do not remember.
Fair enough. I mean, this is very on the fly, but I would think at least there's such a strong mindset. You usually have a. Usually, when you have a strong sense about something, right, you make a statement. You at least have one on the fly. That's usually how it happens, right? Like usually when I talk to somebody and I say, "Yo, dude, like games are dog shit and they're so poorly made," and you're like, "Oh my god, like what game? I don't know. Apex is shit. Okay, win." Like I don't have to give you 10 of them. I get one of them.
I disagree
like that.
because you can also just use logic and reasoning to think, okay, well, this person who's sort of a public figure got canceled and like I don't know,
which one?
License or something. Okay, I don't want to. Okay.
Well, it could be anything. I just want an example. I'm not trying to do a gotcha. I'm genuinely I am genuinely inquiring.
Plenty of somewhat smaller people have, been like banned off Twitter and stuff for quite a while. And I would consider them to be like...
That's because it's a libtard media dog shit. These bans got reversed. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
It's just...
But what I'm saying is you can use logic to determine that, well, if this happens to someone like this, what if it were to happen to someone who doesn't have a platform to fall back on, then that would just be it.
Then
like that's it for their career.
Okay. If you have one platform you use, you're one trick. I mean, you're falling on your face. Usually, it's just being deplatformed means you don't have a stage to stand on to make your point or voice your argument. That's what canceling is. They remove all avenues of you to stand on a stage for you to voice your opinion or have a voice. That's what canceling is. You lose your voice. The reality is, people that get canceled are either lazy, either they are lazy, or uncreative, or they want to be a victim Andy. They don't get canceled. That's how it is. Ignore links, guys. I can't. I don't know. It's hard to click links just like that.
Right, but okay. So I think let me just lay it out this way. People, you obviously agree. People get defamed. Like, that's a thing. Defamation is a thing, right? You would agree? That's a thing that happens?
Yes.
Okay, and then what we call that is an unjustified accusation. That's what defamation is.
So there you go.
And a non-truthful, but hold on, let me say. So in these cases, the issue is that the culture we have now, you don't get defamed for something more serious. You get defamed for something that's minor, that we like joking around and stuff, and you get defamed and canceled. That's what canceling is. You are being defamed for something it's a new form. This is a new culture, and it's lowered the standard for being canceled. For being defamed.
So what's really important? Like you're saying a lot of components here that I don't think you get a full grasp of.
Don't bully me.
No. So you're using a lot of. Okay, so listen, I'm not even trying to belittle them. You're using a lot of components here that I don't think you have a full grasp of what is. So go to the defamation as the definition of defamation, right? The action of damaging the good rep of somebody, slander or libel, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So then you have to say, if somebody says "yo, dude" and says a really bad word and people say, wow, that guy said that word, they are not defaming him. Otherwise, that would go against the freedom of the press. It would go against a bunch of things. They're not defaming him. They just said what he did. That's not defamation.
Yeah, no, but people get canceled for things that are untrue. What do you mean? I know what defamation is.
Well,
people get canceled for things that are false. What?
Okay. You still don't lose your ability or your platform at that point. You're just having hardships that have been happening since, for decades. Like defamation is a problem. It's why there are laws around it. It's why there are possible civil lawsuits you could have with that. It's why we have a justice system in place for that. But that has nothing to do with anything. How does it do with cancellation?
It means that people get canceled, which is what you said doesn't happen.
So you're telling me that if you lose money because your rep tanks because somebody does defamation that's canceling, I can still talk on Twitter. I can still tweet. I can still post on.
Yeah, you're a public figure. I'm talking about a person who loses their job because for example, a coworker lied to them.
They're not deplatformed though. They don't lose their voice.
They lose their job? What do you mean? Like that's bad? No, isn't that you wouldn't consider? You already said that would be considered canceling.
We went from canceling to somebody losing their job. If you think that losing your job is canceled, I mean that is the problem.
What else does it mean? Losing your job and career.
It's losing your voice
life.
And your platform. You cannot voice it anymore. You're gone. That's what canceling means. It means being deplatformed.
Okay, what platform does a normal person have other than their job
Who said normal person?
Social life? Me. Read the first message I sent in chat. The first thing I said. I agree with you.
I think you're arguing semantics in bad faith.
Wait. I literally said I agree with you. I agree with you that public figures lean into the victimization and they still have a platform. Yeah, maybe they lose money, but they still have a platform, and I agreed with you on that. But normal people lose their jobs all the time for things that can't be proven or are false, and due to this cancel culture. It's a real thing.
Okay. I'm just I kind of zoned out. Okay. I just kind of zoned out. I just feel like if you do something bad at work and you get fired, that's just kind of how it goes. If you want to argue semantics and say that that's canceling, then sure, so be it, I guess. But
I agree. I mean, that mechanism. We need that mechanism.
Extremely rare. These are very rare occurrences, especially when you apply the actual definition of what canceling means.
There is a tyranny of middle management, and the issue is that middle management is constantly firing people and doing stuff because they are afraid of the backlash of Twitter Andes, of the culture.
You like something? What is this? Yeah, I mean, it does happen, but I think so. What you're saying is that you genuinely feel like what people say and the impact of cancel culture is. Its impact is as much as it will make it seem to be. The main point is that it's not. The main point is that
I don't even
cancel culture, canceling is usually almost always exclusively self-inflicted. People self-inflict cancellation.
Figures, yeah. For public figures.
No.
Yes. I agree with you for public figures. Most public figures are totally fine.
Top QB recruit loses judgment after pulling values and saying the N-word in a rap song. Okay, so if somebody says something that's the truth, right? Well, I don't know what does this prove? I don't get it. I don't get it. So the school doesn't want to represent and fund somebody who does not represent their values. Right? So that's it. People don't want to sponsor somebody that doesn't reflect their values. That's it. Is this canceled? I don't think if you guys know what canceling means. Is this canceled? It is not canceled. That is not canceled. No. It's just not. He fully accepts the content of the action and respects the university. Den's not like somebody who's cancelled. Seems like he's just gonna recover and move on. What is this? Bro, what am I reading, bro? Bro, who linked this shit? Students blast response request to postpone as
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Guys, I don't know how to read these words, missed. Guys, I'm gonna go in 5 minutes. Okay, I think we need to go back, like I said earlier, to what cancel means. So cancel.
26 months down the drain xQcl.
Okay, let's go back and let's just go and do semantics. Because if you want to argue,
Cancel culture is when I can't make my students
if you want to argue semantics,
using
then we're going to do theory. Then we're going to theory with semantics. Then let's just go back to the fucking drawing board and just go shut up.
Okay.
Those are named animals in an acceptable manner are ostracized, boycotted, or shunned. Making social media professional circles, whether social media.
Cancel these nuts, chat. Cancel them down your throat.
Now
chat.
you understand it. Social media, hire celebrities, right? That your normal people argument kind of falls flat from the get-go, right?
Actually, I'm actually
How did
kind of
I get in to say something as I feel like you're right in this X?
I just think your definition of cancel culture is just wrong.
Okay, so I have to get another one.
No, I think the definition you just read is correct, but the one that you always say is wrong. You always say like, "Oh, well, you're entirely you have to be dead and in the grave and non-existent to be canceled." It doesn't, like, as long as you still have a platform, you're not canceled. It's like, well, no. Read the definition. If you're boycotted or shunned socially, that counts as being canceled.
So, let's say something like Alex Jones, right? He said some crazy shit. People try to get him. People try to get him in real life, on social media, on platforms, try to get him in court. Yet, pretty sure his program still goes live and he will still watch it, and so he still does his thing and makes money, right?
I don't care. I'm talking
was
about
it canceled?
The definition. I don't care. I'm talking about the definitions that we are talking about how people do get canceled, because the definition of the word canceled means getting shunned socially and boycotted. So people get canceled all the time.
But it does happen that just the social pressure is too much. It's not an invincible case. There are like, dude, it does happen. But even in those cases, people can still recover. Like, what about it? Well, what you're saying is that these people like are go live in a cave.
This guy said bacon boy. What the fuck?
Who said that?
What?
Okay, so I don't think you understand. So we're doing two things that I hate in dialogue like this. One, goalpost moving.
Oh yeah.
Goalpost moving and semantics arguing. So
I thought you were talking about
the goalpost is okay. So now we're going from cancel culture, then we're going to public figures, then no people with a job. Like, we're just moving the goalpost. Anytime that you lose, you're reeling back on the ground that you have it, and you to win another one that's further back. Like,
no, actually, I've been perfectly consistent, except in my definition.
You're just goalposting, literally.
Can I? I've been perfectly consistent, other than my definition of cancel culture, which I literally 10 seconds ago just admitted that I was wrong about. I was stupid. The definition of cancel culture, as you provided to me, is being boycotted or socially shunned.
Okay.
That was the only thing I changed about. I've already admitted that, yeah, public figures sometimes lean into it and act like they're victimized more than they are, and that happens all the time, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I've always said that it happens to normal people, and I've kept my definition consistent since I just admitted it. Like, everything has been consistent. I haven't shifted any goalposts, but I think you agree with me, too, if you just, like, take a, just...
To cancel someone, usually a celebrity or other well-known figure, means to stop giving support to that person. The act of cancelling could entail boycotting an actor's movies or no longer...
So it seems like, no, like I said, the severity of what canceling means keeps getting goalposted. We keep going backwards, right? First it was losing everything to losing a platform.
Yeah, I was wrong.
It's like,
My
we
definition
just
of
keep
cancel culture was
moving
wrong.
backwards, and now it's like losing any opportunity. And sometimes you even discussed canceling could be just taking accountability for a crime that you did, which is why we have the system of the law in place. You do a crime, you go to jail. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. I don't know what to tell you.
True. Well, the issue is that you and
Accountability isn't cancellation. I'm just gonna say it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You and me both had, well, you still have an incorrect definition of cancel culture despite just reading the correct one. And I did also. I had a more extreme definition of cancel culture, which is, losing your job and losing everything and your whole career and all of that. But
so
I just didn't even think about that. The definition of cancel culture is just being socially shunned and boycotted for things.
So I just feel like overall we had kind of two bars here, right? So one was people affected, right? And then the other bar was severity, right? And I'm gonna be honest, I started pretty much at both maxed out, right? So maxed out cancellation and maxed out celebrity. And then we kind of moved the goalposts because it was like bang, bang. And now it's like, well, no more people with a job with this and that. And severity, they lose one opportunity, one of them. They lose either some funding or they lose, and then, so now our medium, our bar is so little because we goalposted. That's how these things work.
No, to be clear, I think the goalpost is just wider. The definition is wider. I still think everything I said is true, that people lose their jobs all the time because they get canceled for stuff that is not true. Like, I still think that's all true. I just also think that you're even more obviously wrong now because your definition of cancel culture is just false. The definition of cancel culture is being boycotted or socially shunned.
Okay, and I guess then cancel culture is one is good and two is needed. If that's how we define
because unjustified.
Oh no, I think it's good. I think cancel culture is good.
No, I'm saying
because if you do something bad, you should be held accountable. When you do something bad, you should be held accountable. Otherwise, you just want people to get away with shit. You just want people to just hide and cover up and just be at the top doing crimes.
I agree. That's why I said add justified to the definition. Which is, I think, obvious to the definition.
So,
if someone is being shunned or boycotted socially for something that is not justified, that would be.
So now it's unjustified. So now we have a new goalpost. Now it's the unjustified ones.
It's just a more accurate definition. It's just a.
All right, moving back to the justified ones. Gotcha. Is it we just keep moving and moving?
That is the correct definition. Like, just Google the definition.
No, it's all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all of them. It's not the one that justified or not justified. It's all of them. This includes all of them. It's how that works.
Okay. Either way it exists. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it clear to you that you are even more obviously wrong. like
about what?
Your definition.
About what part?
Because your initial definition, the reason I even bothered to type in chat was because I heard you say, "Oh, it never happens. Oh my God, people are so stupid. You still have Twitter, right? You idiot. You still have Twitter." Like, and
no, I didn't say never.
Wrong.
I didn't say never because it generally does happen. The people they went
Almost
super hard on a very slim, and even those people they weren't even canceled. They canceled themselves.
Right. You said almost never, and I'm saying that is so obviously false. Like, that's just not true.
There's attempts to cancel them, and they either fold or persevere. Most people persevere. Want to know why? Because they are weak. They are now empowering and creating the existence of cancel culture. Now, because it only exists because they give them their existence. If they persevered and did other things, they wouldn't get canceled. They'd be chilling.
What?
That's it. That's it. That's how that works.
I zoned out. I'm not gonna lie. I don't.
If you persevere, there's very little evidence of anybody on the internet being legitimately canceled. They don't get the platform. They persevere. They do their shit. That's it.
Okay. Well, a few things. On the internet, I agree. I agree that people persevere usually because if I think what you mean by on the internet, you mean has a platform. So I agree. I don't think anyone really has ever been completely permanently deplatformed.
Oh, okay.
Like, I just don't think.
Okay,
I agree with you in that way.
Then you know what?
But I also think that just because you persevere doesn't mean you weren't canceled in the first place.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
that's
So
just not how logic works.
then this guy then then this guy. So you get a scholarship and you are promoted and you are in that case directly funded by you should do something, right? This guy says the N-word. Do you personally agree with saying the N-word?
No.
Okay, then you agree with this.
Agree with what?
I mean, you agree with what happened.
Wait, what happened? What do you mean?
Because you don't agree, you should say it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should say it. I don't get it. What do you mean?
Okay. So does that represent your views as a president? If you were funding somebody and pushing them forward, you say, "Yo, guys, I agree with this," or you don't. You don't. So then you would do this then, right?
What are you asking me? Who am I in this hypothetical? What are you talking about?
Oh, I had some article pulled up. Sorry.
Okay.
He's still canceled? Oh, okay. So I'm confused what the point is here. I think we're going in circles.
Are you asking me a question right now? I'm lost.
That's not what canceling is. That's what we call accountability. You do something, you take accountability for it. You tank. It is what it is. You make a mistake, you tank. Boom. Do you lose your voice? Everything you have? Do you lose your entire life? Your platform? No. You do something.
Right, but that's not
you get
what
punishments. You move on. It's the concept of accountability.
People are complaining about the unjustified cases, like where double standards occur and stuff, where it's like clear as day, like, okay, this isn't justified, but I'm getting punished for it anyway because some people just won in the battlefield of whose opinion
so
matters.
you're talking about somebody then.
Culture.
Okay, so in this article, this guy says, then where do you want to agree with that? Now you have to find an example of something that you do agree that they did and it still got canceled. And these are minimal. It's very rare. I'm telling you, that was my point. It's very rare.
I mean, I just don't think it's rare. I mean, it happens all the time on Twitter and stuff.
Yes, it's in a song. Okay, so I want you guys to go to your group chat or your Slack. Okay, you should post a video of yourself singing a song and saying all the N-words in it, right? And see what your boss thinks of that. Let's see how that turns out for you. I'm just gonna say it. Even without the pressure of social media, there's a good chance you get fired. Why? Because you did something people don't agree with, and you take accountability for that. That's just how the world works. It seems like people.
But it's different when it's not justified, though.
I haven't seen that, or I didn't see a lot of it anyway. It's pretty rare.
I think you're just blind to it, then.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I just didn't see it. All right.
I mean, I can send you examples once I find them.
Disability make a job out there. Fake leg and got fired. Okay. That is quite the There again. I will stand on this hill and I'll fight it. I don't think anyone on the internet has. I don't think I can name 5 people in the entirety of the internet who has been genuinely, fully canceled. Yet people say cancel culture is massive. Oh my god, cancel culture is so oppressive and hardcore. Who?
Well, people have been shunned and boycotted, though. Like, you agree, right?
Okay, people have been held accountable for the things that they've done.
Right.
Gotcha.
So when we call that, quote, holding accountable, when that is unjustified, we call that cancel culture.
Okay.
And that happens all the time.
If I get gas at a station and then they post some dumb shit on their wall and it's, I don't agree with it, I don't go there anymore. I just don't like it anymore. That's just kind of how it is. That's it. Did they just cancel them?
Say again? I wasn't.
Did they just cancel them or not?
If you go to a gas station and they do what to you? What?
Well, I'm just saying, it feels like anything you do, anything that people don't agree with it, and think that you do that you're bad. If you do like something bad, right, and you're accountable, you're canceled. I don't know why. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, no. When there's a collective shunning or boycott, like that is. It's not just one person in individual interaction. Someone disagree with you. Oh my God, I was canceled. No, it's when it's a collective boycott and shun. That's.
Here's another one. Auto Block claims he was targeted in sweeping OSRS ban amid controversy. Okay, so I think they have terms of service or whatnot, right? And then you break terms of service, then you get banned. Do something you shouldn't do, you get banned, you mauled. Then it's like, all right.
Right, but a double standard is not a term of service, though. I agree. Violating terms of service is not getting canceled because you knew that's what you were getting into. It's a terms of service. But when there are certain things, when there are certain double standards happening, when someone has an opinion that, an opinion is just a taste. When someone has a wrong taste or opinion about something and they get banned, that's unjustified. That's wrong.
Okay. What is it?
And cancel culture.
Listen. Just link in chat tomorrow, something like that, when you find an article of one person who's lost something of any value at any given point as a normal citizen that was unjustified. Boom.
Okay, so
then we go posted. We went all the way through. We've shed that rock down to a small pebble. Just give me that. At least give me a pebble. Yeah. Give me that pebble. Just give me it. Give me it.
We did not shift. I did not shift goalposts, by the way. I just corrected myself because I had the
literally
definition.
billion-dollar corporates tried to paint me as a racist and a homophobe, and you know what? Hey, we out here, baby. We fucking out here, dude. Okay, why? They tried to do something unjustifiably, and I fucking persevered and I pierced through it. What about it? I could have stopped streaming and said, oh my God, the world is against me, and I would have been canceled. Unless I continued to persevere and I went live every day. I did my own thing and I kept my voice. Not canceled. Two different scenarios.
Okay, yeah, but you're a public figure, though. So, yeah. Yeah, you're not that victimized.
All right, makes sense, yeah.
But normal people wouldn't have that platform to fall back on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, if you, that's it.
I dropped a link, by the way, but it's a public figure, so it might not count. I gotta go browse my Facebook for 7 liked photos and see if people are complaining about how they got fired for 12 hours to find an example for you.
Well, I don't know who that is. Who is this? Well, this guy should get canceled for having hair like that, to be honest. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a bug, bro. That looks like a toupee, that ass. I mean, yeah, that guy should get canceled. He's wearing a bush. The fuck? This guy's like DGG, like fucking, what the fuck is this shit?
Wow.
My bad. Oh shit, I'm not, dude, bro, this is some deep shit, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. Seems like these guys are racist. I mean, if you don't agree with it, I mean, do you agree with racist Andy or not?
Wait, he's a racist? Really?
I don't know, that's what I read. It did not say racist. Isn't that what it said?
No, I don't know. I didn't read his article, but I know who he is, and I mean, I don't think he's a racist from what I've seen.
The fuck?
Yeah. What? I know who this is. I know all about the Evergreen scandal.
Oh.
I mean, what? Do people actually think this article contains anything of substance? What the hell?
You linked
it's
this.
It's a blog, but who is Jacob Ferenkick?
What,
like,
bro?
I don't care
bro,
what this,
you linked
what
this.
Talking about. I sent it to you for the headline. Some guy in chat sent me that link.
Alright.
But
bro.
But yeah, he. I mean, I would say that's canceled. Brett Weinstein, and he was kicked off Twitter too.
Who? Him?
Brett Weinstein. Yep.
He's been off the Twitter?
Yeah, he was kicked off Twitter until, you know, Elon took over and unbanned everyone.
Oh, so he's not banned anymore?
Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah, so see the way it works?
So he didn't get canceled, right? Wow.
Well, I mean, from one way or another, right? You understand?
So to you, canceling is like electric chair, sentenced to death, never come back ever again. Like, come on. So if someone is damaging you unjustifiably through mob rule, that's cancel culture.
Oh,
like, why are we like being so complicated with it?
So, unfortunately, the world that we have, some of these platforms are owned privately and they have their own rules. The same way that you own a house or an apartment and you have your own code of conduct with people that guests that come into your place. So you open your house for a party. And so when you come through, right? Nobody yell because we're gonna get kicked out, right? Mm-hmm. And then some guy comes in and just yells uncontrollably, right? And you're like, yo, bro, we have a rule here. It says don't yell, so you kick him out, right? The same way, Twitter says, yo, don't spew absolute dog shit called action for violence. Come in there, you do it. Oh my god, I got canceled because I'm banned off of Twitter. Oh my god, I said a word. I said words. And I'm being canceled. Nah, not really. You're just.
Well, that's not what happens, though. What happens is people do way less than actually call for violence. They just have opinions, and then they get canceled. So yes, they have the right to do that as a private organization, but that doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and say it's good. What, like? Private organizations.
I think Twitter's been doing pretty good at not doing that.
Well, that is clueless.
What?
That is clueless.
Okay, give me one.
Donald Trump was banned.
He's unbanned
on Twitter. Yeah, but the ban was unjustified.
Yeah, and okay, give me another one that is banned.
Brett Weinstein, Jordan Peterson.
Oh, they banned off the Twitter?
What?
Oh, they banned off the Twitter, and how it happened? Can I get?
Yeah, they were banned off Twitter for quite a while.
Yeah.
For opinions.
So all of this isn't like
calling for violence.
Isn't that during like the fucking bro? I thought they just changed management and they stopped doing that.
See, now everyone hates me. Right as soon as I said that, everyone hates me in chat.
Why?
I don't know, because they disagree with those people.
I think a lot of these people sometimes that are like. I think a lot of conservatives like to, a lot of times, spew.
I'm not victim Andy. I'm not victim Andy.
I'm just saying, there's a lot. I call libs.
sorry,
I call libtards all the time. Okay, but conservatives a lot of times they love their raw stats without context and without anything, and they just spam that shit a bunch of times, and it's just like okay. It's just odd. It's what I noticed.
I didn't. Okay, I didn't just do that though. You asked me for examples, so I just told you.
And then they say, facts, not feelings. And it's like, okay, well, you're just picking up numbers without understanding them. So I don't know. I think.
That's facts though. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed to this.
Alrighty.
I have a big day tomorrow.
Cool.
Well, you got a big day tomorrow or not?
Huh?
You got a big day tomorrow or not?
No, I'm doing literally nothing.
Oh, you got canceled then?
Yeah, aware.
You're just lazy or what? What happened? I closed out of it. Yo, you still there? Oh shit. I had no idea if I closing it would get him out of there. Oh no. Yo, can you hear me? Yo, talk.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't hear him anymore because
Hello?
audio. Oh my god. I have to go to advanced audio properties and I have to remove. Oh my fucking god, I do not none of that, bro. Talk. I refreshed it. Yo? What are you doing tomorrow?
Chat, can you hear me? Hello, chat?
Bro, what? Yeah, I can hear you. What are you doing tomorrow? Oh, you can't hear me. I get it.
Wait, I can't hear you on guest star. I can only hear you by unmuting stream. My head is gonna explode.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, this is bad now. Oh my god, I hear my voice.
Okay,
I hear myself 9 times.
okay, I gotta go, bro. Bro, I'm going to bed. I'll see you around, man. I'll see you around, brother.
Yep, hello?
Good arguing, bro. Peace out, man. Take care, bro.
Hello?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a. Hey, bro, I'm gonna give it a bug. I'm gonna be like, listen, I will prove live on it. Candle culture exists. Actually, look at this. Hey, yo, I don't really like.
Okay, bye.
I don't like your opinions, man. Bop. Okay, I'm just kidding. That was good. That was fucked up. But I mean, take it, bro. What's wrong? Okay. How do I hear it? Okay, chat is. Yeah, I have to go to bed.